Welcome everybody to Clueless Vino, the show where wine is the vehicle for good conversation. It's the only time you can drink and drive. I'm Clueless Vino, man. I got a special guest. I have the master of all, hobbies and different things. Nicole Learner, man. What's up?
What's up? I like that, a master of all hobbies. That's a good way to, I guess, explain who I am.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
doing all right.
I mean, you say I have a bunch of different things. I'm nowhere near as close as you.
Yeah, it's a curse to be like, you know how like kids just, you know, I
Uh-huh.
wouldn't say I have like some type of attention disorder, but like I just get infatuated with things very easily, very quickly, and then I'm just like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that thing. And I need to work on that. It's I wish it was a good thing, but it's a horrible thing because I can't get shit done.
It's not the worst thing to have. It's not the worst thing to have.
Oh, definitely not. But
Yeah.
I can't follow through with anything because I'm always catching interest in something else, and it's just damn. He's like, damn, what happened to the other project I was working
Yeah.
on? Oh well.
I usually give the guests the chance to, take the floor and, tell them about themselves. So the floor is yours, man.
Yikes! I never have to be on the receiving end of that, so I don't really
Yeah, I
know.
know.
So about me, I'm just a regular person out here paying taxes and being black. Um, uh, um, I make I make I don't know. I make music from time to time for fun. Just for fun though. Shout out rap music. And I have a podcast with my friend here. Y'all know him as Clueless Vino. Most people know him as Stick, and we do an anime podcast. It's really fun. We just go in there and talk shit about anime. Good, not talk shit in a good way, not like unless we don't like it, then we talk shit in a bad
And there's been a few.
way. um, yeah, just regular person out here trying to live life. So
For those who don't know, that's as close as you'll get without watching one of our episodes to one of Nick's famous synopsises. Um, it's always very modest, and you don't get the full thing. It's almost spoiler free, actually. It's very spoiler
very,
free
very, very
because
spoiler free.
you sell yourself short there. You do a lot more different things than that. But don't worry, that's my job. Um, but our journey begins in college. We both went to Randolph Macon. Um, so I'm trying to figure out when we first started talking. I want to say it was it my junior year or senior year? I don't think it was that long.
I think it was your what year? I think you were in there multiple years. I was gonna say what year were you in? No, it wasn't Conrad. It was the other one.
Oh no, Conrad was the one. I was always in Conrad.
Oh, okay. So you were always in there. Okay. Trying to remember where I was then, because that would be more helpful.
Yeah.
Uh, I think I was in the haunted building, and
Oh, Mary Branch.
yeah, I think I was in Mary Branch. So that would have been my sophomore year.
Okay.
Yes, my sophomore year. So I'm guessing that was your junior year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just remember our mutual friend Ashley. Shout out to Ashley, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to
She in super love, by the way. She
shout
is
out to her.
she is in super love. She is
Love is in
mad.
the
She is
air.
mad happy. Um, but she, you would come by her dorm room or something, and I think she had brought up the fact that you rapped or whatever. And I just remembered I was there, and I can't. Did you actually rap the verse, or was you already had the song out, right?
Yeah. So my bad. I'm looking for my socks right now because my computer, when it gets hot, it gets warm at my feet and they get a little clammy. So, um,
Wow, that's the first on this on Clues Fino, man.
yeah, you just heard about my feet. Gotta keep them nice and dry. Um, all right. So yeah. we were sitting in there, and I think A. Jones was like, "Yeah, Cole raps or whatever." And he was like, "Let me hear something" or something like that. Then I spit. I forget what song it was. It might have been my verse to what I had wrote to Kid Cudi's soundtrack to my life. No, it wasn't that one. Damn, I
Uh,
don't know.
it might,
But
you know what? It might have been like the first verse of Mother City, honestly.
that might have been that one because I did really like that song.
Yeah,
I
I
still
think
like
that's what
that
it
one.
was. Yeah, I think that's what that was.
So it probably was that one. Either that or him talking. I forgot. That's the other one I like to spit a lot. But that's
Yeah.
probably Mother City. And then you were like, "Yo, why are you still here?" And basically like quit school, go be a rapper. And I should have listened to you, and I didn't. So I missed out on that
I
opportunity.
mean, now, I mean, to be fair, I'm glad you didn't listen to me. 'Cause I feel like your mom would have been pissed at me. Like I feel
She
like
would have
she
been
would have
all
been
right.
I feel like she would have been real angry. So I didn't
I'm
want
pissed at
that.
her for all these loans that I got, so we be even.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. That's a big ass canister. So you want to get into this wine, man, before we continue our conversation?
Oh yeah. I gotta learn how to use a wine opener.
Oh my God, you
Um,
haven't learned how to do it?
I mean, I kind of do. So I have the bottle here,
Yes.
and I know you screw it in the top. You gotta make sure it's centered because this is a cheap one. So I gotta make sure that it's I you know what I'm really good at? Like if you fuck up opening a wine bottle and you need help to like MacGyver that shit out, I'm that
Uh,
person.
well, that's
But
good.
just using it straight up, I usually fuck it up.
Well, I like to say
I
that
need
too because I'll just like I make sure I get to the alcohol.
nice and slow.
Yo, yo.
See, I need to get one of those, but I don't drink wine like that, so ooh. All right. That was a
Yep.
lot easier
There you
than
go.
usual.
There you go. Let's see. And we have Destino Vino. What's that?
Destino.
Vino Verde Rose. It's a 2020.
Hey.
Yeah, it's a
Tulis Vino
2020.
Verde.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And you got the green hat on. That's wild.
Yeah, man.
Cause you know what I'm saying?
You know,
He
I like to accidentally make things happen.
he planned it. So I just
Never.
have a liquor glass because we don't have wine glasses in this house.
That's fine. I mean, everybody got to start somewhere. That's how I started. Remember, I've been doing this thing for a minute now. I mean, when it was first, Brandon reviews wine.
Very true, very true.
One day I gotta get into that. How this whole thing started at some point. Because I'll go back and look at some of those videos. I'm like, yo, dog, you were just happy to be drinking.
I loved it though. The drinks on IGTV, yo, I loved it. I would sit at work and just watch those, catch up on them.
I ain't gonna lie, those were fun. I used to have a lot of fun doing those. Because
Yeah,
usually at that point I'd had like a few beers beforehand,
yeah.
and they're like, all right, let's just try this wine. And then yeah, I was all the things that I would be thinking about at the time, I was just letting them loose. Oh, that was good
Hmm.
times. Good times.
It really was.
But
We should do
let's
something simple like that for just started watching anime, but I don't know.
we should, but we have to
Logistics.
yeah,
We'll figure it out.
logistics is always the thing, but we'll get into logistics in a minute.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and at least get us a smell. Very fragrant.
Yeah. Smells like a rosé. Is
Yeah,
that something floating or is that a scratch? Oh,
I hope it's a scratch.
it's a scratch.
All right,
Yeah.
cheers, man.
I don't have to do anything else. I just
Nah, just come on, let's go.
oh,
Ooh,
there is something floating in there. It's not a bug though. Looks like dust or something. How'd I
uh,
get in there?
that's probably healthy.
Yeah.
What do you think about this?
Um,
Because I know you said you weren't the
not
wine drinker.
yeah, I'm not really a wine drinker. I did have some wine last night. It was a rosé. So,
Okay, cool, nice.
um, not gonna lie, this wasn't what I was expecting to taste. and not necessarily in a bad way,
Hmm.
but with the color and the lightness of it all, and it
Hmm.
being a rosé, I was expecting it to be a little, actually a lot sweeter,
Okay.
but it's not, and it's not a bad thing,
Yeah,
and it has some kick to it a little bit.
it does, right? And usually the rosés are like the end is like a cut, like a real sharp thing. But this one starts off like as soon as you know what I'm saying, lip to
Yeah,
glass. Yeah, it's
I feel like, hmm.
all right, buddy. We got a whole show coming on. Hold on. We got a whole show. Don't go too fast. Okay. So yeah, so I'm introduced you as a rapper, and I feel like the first thing I want to bring up is just the first project that came out, right? And so that is not chaos. Shout out to chaos because that's some of the first music I did. That is first some of the first music I did hear from you. The chaos music,
Yes,
man. Wow.
Chaos Team Productions.
Yeah, man. Blast from the past, right?
Hey, I spit some of my most fire verses in that collective, so
There you
I
go.
can't even. My verse to Mercy still fire to this day.
Hmm.
I wish I could remember it. I spit it right now, but I don't.
I bet you we can find it.
Oh, I have it somewhere on my computer, but
Nice.
if I randomly think about it, I'm just gonna start randomly spitting it when it pops up in my head.
Middle of the interview, just like, oh, I remember.
Yeah.
But when the first
Um.
project was from the top, which was
Yes.
yeah, which was how many songs was it? It was right around like 16 or 17. I think the track list was. I think I might be lying, but
Probably.
it was very I can tell right from then like you were very innovative because the point of the project was to be it's supposed to be like an interactive thing. Like a lot of the songs had like verses, like spots where you can put your own verse on there, and there was a lot of interaction part of it. So tell me, more about that project and what you were going to do with it, and two, your approach to innovation and creativity.
Ooh, whew. All right. So with that one specifically, I think I had a lot of those songs written already, or I just had verses written. And back then, like, doing mixtapes full of, like, you know big beats, like not big beats but mainstream beats,
Mm-hmm.
were like the thing. So I had a mix of mainstream beats, and I had some beats that were, where producers were just starting to come to YouTube and put their beats online. I had a few of
Mm-hmm.
those. And I just kind of put it together, and then I got a little lazy and didn't feel like writing some of the songs. And then I was like, it'd be dope if I just left it open. And at first it was like I can come back and spit on it later.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think I had just put the ad libs underneath, and then my brother was listening to a song, and then he had just started spitting like when my verse ended, and then the hook ran through, and then it got to the point where I was like, yeah, yeah. And then
Mm-hmm.
he started rapping. I was like, huh, that's tight. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, so I was like, I was just like, I'm just gonna leave them open, and then just do a few more other songs like that where I just leave the verses open.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's it. Just kind of just happened out of laziness, and then my brother just kind of spitting over it, and just me like, inspired.
Yeah.
Let's make this a thing.
And so, and
I
then
really,
go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say I really wanted to make that a series, but
I
I
mean,
just didn't.
there's never a too late moment. We keep trying to get you to come back to music, not full time, but just every now and again, every 2 years, give us a project or something. But
I
it's
might
okay.
have something for y'all in the works a little bit, just a little
Okay,
something,
okay,
something.
we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And then just as far as your creativity, just with again, you do so much, man. You do music. You've done like photography. You've done like video editing. You did a podcast. You do a lot of podcasts, actually. You did one of my favorite things, which we're going to talk about it. The late night show. You did that. I miss that so much. Um, you just do so much, and like so like it's clear that you have a creative mind, and like you love
Mhm.
to create stuff. So just how do you approach creativity from your standpoint?
I don't know if I really have an approach as is. I just be wanting to do stuff. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, I just do it. And yeah, it's weird because I'm not an impulsive person, but creatively, if I want to like, if I want to do something, I guess I'm creatively impulsive or
Mm-hmm.
impulsively creative. I don't know which one goes first in that scenario,
Yeah,
but
those same time.
uh I just like with the late night show. That was like partly inspired by '06. Shout
Mm-hmm.
out '06 Chris. Um, Partly inspired by knowing that the podcast was going to come to an end soon.
Mm-hmm.
And then another part was I needed something creative to do that was kind of performative because I do like performing in a sense. Like I
Mm-hmm.
like being in front of people and doing creative things. But I knew that I didn't want to go back to like stages and then the pandemic, so that's
Yeah,
another thing.
yeah.
So it just, I mean, and like I said, with inspiration from '06, it was just like this may be my best avenue to do that. And I was like, I don't know what I wanted to be it in its entirety. Like I thought I wanted to have like a variety show where it was like just multiple things kind of happening.
Mm-hmm.
But then as it grew on, I was like, I really wanted to focus on the music part and the entertainment part because
Mm-hmm.
that's the part I like doing the most and interacting with everybody and everybody else seemed to like the most.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as like where my creativity comes from, I think it just comes from, like I said, impulse and finding when things catch my interest, me just trying to explore them and just seeing if I actually like it or not.
Yeah.
And yeah, which is where the issue comes in later.
Because I that is the thing about you is that you will come up with an idea and for the I think this is an artist thing anyway, right? Like if you're an artist, right, you you work on something, put it out, you're really happy about it, you're proud about it, but it don't take long for us to be like, yeah, this is okay, like the excitement
Yeah.
level slowly like goes down. Like,
Hmm.
what is it about artists that we why we do that? Is it a you specifically thing, or is there something to it where it's like we're always looking for the next like high of a project?
I think, I mean, that's if you're gonna hit a nail on the head, I think that's one of them. You gotta tap in right there. Is that I think, like a lot of us creatively as artists, we are always kind of living for that aha, like this thing. I want to focus on this, and because there's so much euphoria that comes with a new idea, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
or you just exploring something, a feeling or something, or and you want to express it through anything, and you find a matter to nice shirt by the way, you find a way to uh actually do it. So I have to agree with that, and then also for myself, I think um and I don't know, I need to explore this thought a little bit more, but I do get bored with things,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like I don't do a good job at making myself disciplined to kind of reignite that
Mm-hmm.
that passion or that flame, and I don't know when to make the decision to leave stuff alone or when to like keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's a deep question.
Yeah.
um, so yeah, for me as an artist, I'm always switching things because I do like the high of catching a new idea, but also um the boredom with the old ideas
Mhm.
because there's so many other new ideas out there to explore.
Yeah.
Like, why why spend my time on this one? It's just like,
Yeah. No,
oh,
I get it. And it's interesting with you because like with most people, like so like for me, right? If I'm writing a book, let's say I'll get bored with it. It's like, oh, I'll just go to another book. Like, oh, let me
mhm,
start this book, or let me go back to this one I haven't finished, or whatever. With
yeah.
you, it's not as simple. It's, oh, I'm bored with this music. Let's go into photography. Oh, photography got bored. Let's do this late night show. Oh, late night show. So I've been talking about doing the anime podcast. Like you jump from genres. You don't even jump to like the same thing. Like you don't make lateral jumps. You make like, ooh, let's jump all the way over here. You know. So it's always been interesting how you make that connection every time. It's like you see something and you're like, yeah, let's just do that.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how my music taste is for anybody that's ever been in a car with me. Like that's like we go from gospel to DMX to I mean, well, actually that's not big
I
of a
mean, that's
range.
not too far. DMX is yeah.
Yeah.
He
We'll
gonna
say
he gonna
gospel to 21 Savage
he
and
gonna
then
he
we
gonna he
gonna
gonna
go
rap some crazy stuff, but then he gonna say a prayer at the end, so it's okay.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's an okay jump. But gospel music to like 21, then we gonna go listen to some Nora Jones. Then we might throw in some, um, I don't know, some Limp Bizkit. I don't know, just it just be going wild in there. Like I
Yeah.
might even throw a country song in there, which everybody hates country, but every
Yes.
now and then I find one that slap, and I'm with it.
Hey, listen, you do have a very broad music taste. Country is not gonna happen for me. It's just not. I'm okay with knowing that about myself, and it's not.
It's not gonna happen for most people, and for the most part, it's not for me. But like I said, every now and then I find a song that slap, and it just
Yeah.
be like, this is my shit.
Yeah.
Like, why you be so angry? Like, I forgot who sang that song, but that joint was crazy.
um um so you were one of the first people that I met from D. No, that's not true. Uh, you know, you like one of the first few people that I met from DC. I met somebody when I
From
first
the
got to.
real DC, not from Nova, not from PG County.
Correct. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Oh, oh, you trying to do like that girl did about the real Atlanta?
I am.
Okay.
It's a thing.
If you from the Nova, that's not DC.
If you're from Nova, it's not DC, baby. You're from Nova. You know, rep Nova proudly. It's a nice place, very expensive, just
Very
like the
expensive.
rest of this fucking area. Sorry for dropping the F bomb.
Hey, we already talked
This
about this.
this home buying process is stressing me out,
I know.
so you
I
know
know.
that
It's
kind of
it's
came out a little bit.
yes. It's not the easiest thing. But you were one of the first people I met from DC, and so and you just based off your music and the way you talk about it, you love the city. Tell me about what makes DC such a great place for not only just a place to live and experience like different cultures and stuff, but like how it affects like your creativity, your like content that you create.
Okay, so what I love about the city, how it affects my creativity.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Um, well, presently I don't really love the city that much.
Great start.
um, I'm on that midnight train in Georgia. Um, but growing up, I just and I'm really, I mean, I can't even say I have that much experience with all of DC because I really much pretty much stayed in on the northeast southeast side
Mm-hmm.
of DC. And I don't know, I think I just really like the mix of people from different backgrounds, like where I'm from, because like you like in DC you had like such a nice balance of I don't want to say nice balance because that makes me think that poverty is about good to have balance.
Right.
But there was that like so I got a kind of privileged kind of upbringing as far as what I saw out of people,
Mm-hmm.
whereas everybody in my family were working individuals. Some of them had their own businesses. Some of them
Mm-hmm.
were like independent contractors. and stuff like that. So people were always putting on clothes, going to work, being productive humans and stuff like that.
Mm,
And then there was a small fraction of people. I mean, then you had the other half of the city where which was coming out of what happened to most major cities in the 80s and the 70s, early 90s,
mm,
aka crack. Um, so like you had that, but I just remember growing up feeling like I kind of get the best of both worlds because like
mm,
I get to see how you function as a, I guess, person that goes to work and does what society calls live a productive life or
yeah,
whatever. But then also, I wake up every day, go outside, and see horrible things. You know what I'm saying? From people being on drugs to people like going through like violent domestic abuse and all this other weird shit. So it's like it helped me mold me where I know that the world isn't perfect. I
mm,
know that everything isn't, glitter and rainbows and shit. But I also know that living just a healthy, good life is possible.
yeah,
So yeah, growing up in the city, I just in DC specifically, because like I said, there's a lot of black professionals that looked like me too. So it was like,
hmm,
yeah, you saw the disparity, but you also saw where you could go. So like having that both exist there, definitely helped me not get trapped in where I could have got trapped in. So
yeah.
like that, and then other culture. I mean, it's just DC used to be just so black. I just don't know how else to
It used to
say
be
it.
called Chocolate City, man.
Yeah, it just used to like I got so spoiled in just blackness because I thought every city was like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like
okay.
'cause I was a kid. Like, what was
Yeah,
I mean, I knew, of course, like white people existed or whatever. But I just thought like every city was so immersed in just blackness. Like, I
yeah,
was like, this shit is dope. Like, I come home, everybody's blasting music. You know what I'm saying? The guys are out on the street showing off their cars.
yeah,
Like, like the ice cream man come through and gives you like three ice creams for the price of two. Like,
yeah.
you know, this is the good life. So I mean, there wasn't a lot of I didn't I feel like unfortunately I didn't get a lot of diversity growing up, but like I didn't know a lot of, Hispanic or, even like African or
Hmm,
any other cultures growing up because it was just so black.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
black people everywhere.
yeah.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, I just love the feeling that was DC. Like every day felt like a cookout. Every day felt like,
Hmm,
you know, it just felt good and felt comfortable for me for the most part. Um, so I felt loved and appreciated. Um, far as how it affected me creatively, ah, I think I would have to say I don't know. I was always just trying to capture like always wanted to. Well, if you're from DC, you either hate or love go-go. Like there's no in between.
hmm, yeah,
So I think musically, I was always trying to like kind of trying to like. I mean, I've never really made music with essence like that sounded like go-go.
yeah.
But like I always tried to make music that made me feel the way that go-go made me feel, which
Hmm,
like it made me feel good, like it made me feel free, like it made me feel like I was in this transaction with the band I was listening to, like
yeah.
because go-go is really much about call and response, it's like whether the response is you just dancing or is actual responses from the crowd.
Hmm,
So I really wanted people to, when I made music, I wanted people to feel like when I was making music for them, like it was a transaction. So when I give this to you, I want you to respond some way, whether it's bob me in the head. That's why when I used to perform, I used to tell people like, you don't have to get up. Like other rappers was like, get up off your seat. If I don't
Yeah.
see everybody, it's like I don't care about all that. Just nod your head if you with me. Just point at me if I'm doing something right. Like just give me something.
Yeah.
I'll take anything. So yeah, I was just always trying to go for that vibe and that feeling with my creativity and with the other stuff that I did, like with the videography thing I had started but stopped on YouTube. Where I was going around the city getting videos and stuff. I just wanted to capture the city because like I just be walking around and be like, damn, there's some pretty nice dope shit in the city that needs to
Mm.
be captured. And so I mean, just the way it looks inspired me that way. And yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. So I hope that answered your question.
Rambling is fine. We both have different artistic titles of rambling.
Yeah,
I think you have a song called Rambling or something similar to that.
mumble,
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 yeah,
the
yeah.
Dexter's Laboratory joint.
One of my
Something.
favorites, by the way. Oh my god.
Yeah, mumble
Oh
something. I forgot what it's called.
yeah, that's one of my favorites though. And I got a few things called Rambling, so it's fine. Rambling is our thing.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, you made a good point that I kind of want to touch on. You made a couple good points I want to touch on. The first one is that just that balance of being able to see, you know, quote unquote, what society wants you to see, like the 9 to 5 working and the people going to work, yada yada yada. This is what life's supposed to be, and the other side of it.
Hmm.
I think a lot of people. I think part of the problem with society right now is that we don't. We've either been conditioned to see one or the other and never both because of where
Hmm.
we live. So like people
Yeah.
who people who are like who can't understand how someone can be homeless or someone can resort to robbing and stealing and stuff like that. They're just like, well, if they just get a job, everything's fine. It's like, well, it's not that easy all the time.
Right.
There's circumstances and situations where people are put in where that's not always the first option, or it's not the easiest option. It's not the most accessible option to them, and vice
Yeah.
versa, where someone's only known like poverty and homelessness, or they've been in this life of crime or whatever, where they're like, well, this is how I was raised, and this is what's called. And it's because they've never seen that it's possible to do these other things, right? And so
Hmm.
I think that's good. I think if we all had that kind of experience and we opened ourselves to that experience the same way that you were able to, see both, I think we'd be better in society because we'd have a better understanding of like both sides. It wouldn't be this thing where like I can't believe X, Y, and Z over here. Well, that's because
Yeah.
you never experienced it or you've never had somebody like that's experienced it. So that was a good
Yeah.
point. And I wanted to make sure we highlighted that because I think that's important. Similar
Yeah.
to how like you said that DC was black, so like all you know is black people. But
Yeah.
when you go somewhere else and it's not as black or it's not as something that you're used to, it can be a culture shock, right? So
Yeah.
coming from DC going to Randolph Macon probably was not the easiest transition. um, so like those type of things are, you know,
Yeah. It's funny you say that because I don't think I had culture shock the way they explained, like we would possibly have culture shock. Like, cause I
okay,
remember when we were came to Randolph Macon, somebody sat all the black people together and was explaining what culture shock is or something like that. Or was that in high school? I don't remember whether that was high school or Randolph Macon, but somebody brought a bunch of black kids together and was telling us about culture shock.
yeah,
And I didn't have it the way they explained it, like and I just remember not connecting the dots. I don't remember what they explained, but I just was like, I mean, they just other kids to me. You know what I'm saying? It
right,
wasn't
yeah,
until like stuff about their lifestyle started popping up, and I think part of it had
yeah,
to do with so many kids from like wealthy families going to,
mm-hmm.
and not just rich families, like wealthy
Yeah,
families going to that school. Like I remember this one girl. She I think she messed up her bins or something like
mm-hmm.
that, And then like her dad made her drive his Cadillac truck. Like it was like damn near like within like year or two old. Like,
Yeah.
and she was like complaining about having to drive the Cadillac. And he was like, I don't know why he won't let me drive. I forgot. I think the other car was like a Porsche, and she's like, I don't know why he won't let me drive the Porsche.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what?
Like, hey, these problems are not our problems, bro. These are different.
And I was like, so you messed up your car.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad still supplied you with a car, his car, which is a very, very nice car and a very
Facts.
expensive one at that.
Uh-huh.
Like caddies ain't cheap. And you're complaining that you didn't get the Porsche?
Yes.
You're lucky he didn't give you a bike.
Or a hoopty. Oh, you busted Benz? Because that's what our parents would have done. Oh, you busted a Benz? Oh no, you about to get his Honda Accord and call it a day.
Right. You lucky he ain't bust out the Corolla, the Nissan Sentra.
That's
Like
what I'm saying. Make
oh,
you
she
real
probably would have
basic.
been in the pits. She's
No,
like, why
she
didn't they
she
make me
she
drive
might have
that?
lost it, bro.
Yeah. So stuff like that, and then like, sorry to all my brethren and sistren out there, but like the hair everywhere was that was a little bit much for me to get used to.
Yeah.
Like I was like, dang, I'm like white people shed like
Jesus.
crazy. Like it's just
It's
hair everywhere. Like
it's definitely a
I mean,
different problem.
yeah, and it's just like, and I mean, yeah, that was a new one for me because I was like, I'm not used to just you go in the shower and it's just what is that at the bottom of the
Mm,
drain? Like so it's just like that like stuff like that when like lifestyle things started to clash and
hmm.
stuff like that. That's when I started having more of a like, all right, we not in DC anymore.
Yeah.
um but yeah, I don't think anything racially really hit me until other things started happening.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like lifestyle differences that were
Hmm.
um and like I said, different hygiene things, but you can't control your hair coming out if
Nah.
that's
Uh,
so I mean you can control picking it up, but you can't control it coming out. So
it's crazy because it's crazy you bring that up because like it's I've been out of school now for about what almost 11 years,
mhm.
and somehow I removed that image from my mind that I used to share like a shower, like with like three other
Yeah.
people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like you like once you're out of it, you're like, oh, okay, cool. And like you've always had a shower by yourself, but now it's like we had to used to share showers with like three other people, our roommate, and then the
Yeah.
two people across the hall. That's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's nuts, man. Hey, dog, college is nothing but a science experiment. That's all college is, bro.
And they make us
It's a
pay
social
for it.
science. Yeah, that it's a usually when they do science experiments, they pay you.
You
Nah,
get
they don't.
paid.
No, you pay them. That joke is crazy. Oh my
It's like we
god.
got them. You want to
Yes.
know how we can get this done and pay for? We make them pay. How
Oh
about
my
that? And we
god.
tell them they're going to come out making $80,000 a year off bucks.
Shit.
Yeah.
Not even close. Not even close. Barely half that. Um, you had also said that, I like the phrase that you use, that artists kind of had this, they want a transaction, right? Like, like you're on the stage, you're performing, you're not asking for much. I'm just looking for like, give me a head nod, give me a finger point. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah.
yeah, because Erica Badu said it best. I'm an artist. I'm sensitive about my shit.
Hmm.
So I think from just being an artist, man, and just excuse me, having so many people don't see the hours behind stuff. And so having just one person say something about your work or like being like, or ask you like a question, like a something I love the most is like when somebody asks me an in-depth question about a book or like a line that I've written, and I'm like,
Yeah.
finally. Like you like in your mind, like you put it out and you're like, oh, I hope somebody catches this just so you
Yeah.
can talk about it. And it's kind of self-conceited, kind of conceited, kind of self what you call it, but like it's not because we just want to share our, share our passion about what we do, man. So that
Yeah.
transaction, I love that term. I've never heard it said that way. That's dope.
Yeah. That's good to know though, cause like I never when it honestly, I feel like when you ask me about the stuff that you've written, I feel like I don't really do justice at explaining in words like what I feel about
Hmm.
your work, cause I really love your work, and I buy everything, all the
Hmm.
books that you drop, and it's just like I just bought bonds, by the way, so y'all go cop that. But show them that. So I was like, sometimes, like, cause you'll ask me, and I'll kind of just give you a broad feeling about the whole thing. But
Yeah.
now that I know that you do like to be told about like the specific lines and stuff that stuck out in the specific moments, I'm definitely gonna do that more. So, you know, cause I be reading. I think I be catching stuff. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I think, you know,
I
be
think I think
trying.
oh that's right. Hmm. Oh, you'll catch one for sure. I just remembered. I was like, did I do that? I think it's in there. I think
Yeah.
something about you's in there in this new one.
Oh, sweet.
I think it's one of those obvious ones where it's like you read it like, oh, okay, yeah, that's me. Or that's,
Nice.
that's based off me. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I just because the issue with that is too is that you and I feel like we're introverted, right? So we want to talk about that stuff, but we don't necessarily like talk about ourselves. Like just like the
Yeah.
opening intro, right? I
Mm-hmm.
asked you to talk about yourself. You didn't really want to. And I'm not really good at that either. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like
Yeah.
when people like, oh, tell us about what you're doing. Like, oh, I got this book coming out. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm saying a bunch of other stuff. I'm like, oh, this, I got this and this, and you know what I'm saying? But I never want to seem like I'm being, what's the word I'm looking for?
Pretentious?
Yeah. Or like I'm making other things overly about myself. I don't like to be the center
Mm,
of attention all the time because
nice.
I'm 6'10" already, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm 6'10", so like I've always been like the center of attention. Like when I walk in a room, I'm usually the person people be like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't always take advantage of that thing. So yeah, I just artists do want to hear stuff. It's just sometimes we're also very introverted and shy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely have to agree with that. And it's funny because one of my barbers, he's like about to start his own podcast, and
Mm,
he's gonna do part of it like at his shop where he just talks to people that he cuts their hair and stuff.
that's gonna be
And
dope.
yeah, so he was asking me, he's like, so when you did your podcast, it's like, what's something you wish you would have done more of?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, definitely self promotion. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I wish I would have had just more. I don't even want to say confidence. I wish I had more like audacity and just
Mm-hmm.
more zeal. Would it be zealous or
Yeah,
be
you
more
want to be more
zealous
zealous
about it?
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I wish I was just more like zealous, more enthusiastic about what I was doing, because I was,
Mm.
but for some reason, in telling people about it, I just be like, yeah, I got this podcast or whatever. I
Mm-hmm.
wish I would have just hit the Sean Combs and be like, it's the baddest podcast.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And then he was like, well, you could keep it going and just start fresh. And I was like, well, that's a dead horse I don't want to beat, but like I definitely will take that with me
Mm-hmm.
now when I do other things that's, for the public.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to make more of an effort to be more uh outward about
Yeah.
what's happening um with it. So, yeah, which is something I need to work on with the anime thing, but I've been chilling on that cuz it's more chill.
Yeah.
It's not as like I'm not trying to like the goal of that isn't to take over the world of anime. you know, is for us to enjoy watching anime together and grow that as a club. So, but even with that, we got to in order to grow the club, we got to get more people to know about the podcast. So,
For sure.
um, that's been the name of the game for me this year is to just for me to have more audacity because I don't have enough audacity and I need some.
Yeah.
I need
So
some
let's
Logan Paul audacity.
yeah. Logan Paul. You need Logan Paul audacity, maybe some Floyd Mayweather audacity.
Yeah, just the
Uh,
ounce of there. Not even like just a little
we don't need much.
sprinkle. Just a
They got a
little.
lot. We only need like a percentage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Little
yeah.
small percentage.
But see,
Let's,
yeah, that's the energy I need in my life. Just a
yeah,
little bit of that.
yeah. Like I know, like yeah, like unwarranted. Let me tell you how great I am. You know what I'm saying? That type of energy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's talk about your podcast, man. Let's first congratulations. You just completed season 5. The series is over. The Cole and Soul podcast. 5 seasons. What a run. Um,
Yes.
tell us about the journey, man. Just how it's, tell us how the humble beginning started, like how we started with the Cole and Soul podcast, what the goal was, and do you think you accomplished that goal?
All right. So it started I originally just wanted to do a podcast where I just kind of wanted to bring artists on and talk about them, but also kind of talk about pop culture kind of things and just get
Mm-hmm.
their opinion on what was happening and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I didn't want to do it alone. So then I asked Nisha if he wanted to do one, and he said he was thinking about doing one too. So we just kind of merged our ideas together,
Mm-hmm.
and then came up with what originally was called the We Plugged In podcast. But
Mm-hmm.
then everybody just started calling it Cole and Soul podcast.
Hey, dog,
So
let me tell you something about black people, dog. One thing we gonna do is we are never, and I repeat this, we are never gonna call something by the name of what it is. If we see an actor, we gonna call that man by whoever can. That's Antoine Fisher.
right.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
exactly.
We're never gonna call it by the proper name. We're never gonna do that.
Right.
We're
Unless
sick
you
like that.
like be in the game for a long time, like Denzel Washington or like Will Smith or something
Yeah.
like then
Then we'll learn your name. But if you just,
right.
you know what I'm saying? Oh man, that's what's called. That's Neo. No, that's Keanu Reeves.
Exactly.
That's Keanu Reeves, but okay. Oh no, that's the Matrix. Like no.
Even I will say even what's his name? I can't his name I love this man and his name is not coming to my John Witherspoon. He
Mhm.
was like pops and grandma.
Yeah. Oh, that's pops. Like no, I mean yeah, but no. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So yeah, we that's so I'm not surprised that it became the Cold Soul podcast strictly off of that.
Yeah. And to this day I don't know exactly when that shift happened, but it just I don't it wasn't like a thing that we planned to do. It was just
Hmm.
like that's what it is. So that's what and then we just eventually started putting the Cool and Soul podcast on everything.
Yeah.
Um so yeah, that's how that started. And what was the other part of the question? It
Just
was
what was the goal, the
the
full goal
goal.
of the podcast, and do you think you accomplished it?
Yeah. So the goal was to just, you know, link people together with link people together. So we just wanted to interview artists, entrepreneurs, different creatives throughout the DMV area and share them with people who may not have heard them before and just
Hmm.
so people can create connections, whether that's just as a supporter or a business connection or
Hmm.
just somebody you want to interesting you want to follow on social media or anything like that. We just wanted to create those connections and I think we were pretty successful in that. And I mean, were we the biggest podcast ever? Nah, but like we definitely had multiple people come to us and be like, "Hey, I learned about this
Hmm.
business, or we learned about this artist,
Yeah.
or when we would do the jams, they were like, oh, like who is this? Like, I never heard this person before." So that always felt good, for people to tell us,
Hmm.
that they learned about new people, or when we would actually shoot the podcast, like when Miss Gray would come to help us shoot. Sometimes she would be link up with artists and stuff like that. Um, our last place that we just ended at the Village Cafe, it was great to see like shout out to Kevon. He would because his business puts on the Village Cafe, shout out to the Village Cafe in DC out by Union Market or in Union Market at Union Market. They host a lot of these things where they have small businesses there.
Hmm.
And so it was great that we had so many just small business like entrepreneurs on on the podcast for the
Mm,
fifth season because he was able to network with them and just be like, "Hey, so we do these kind of things, and we would love to have you, and here's my information." And so that was great to see because that's worth. I don't care if only 3 people listen to the podcast that week. That moment right there is worth
yeah,
like everything, all the work and all that stuff. So yeah, I would say we accomplished our goal for sure.
yeah. I was blessed to be on the episode on 2 episodes, man. We had some good times.
Yeah.
Um, we had some really good times. Classics. Last one, I was hoping to, pandemic really messed up everything. I wanted to get one more in there, go for the trifecta. Um,
Yeah, it's
I
okay.
was I was hoping to go for the trifecta. Last time y'all saw me, I had the torn Achilles. I ain't like that. Uh, I ain't like that. But I was very proud of y'all, man. 5 seasons. How many episodes was it total? Do you remember?
Nope. That's a niche question. Because I don't
Um,
remember. He knows off the top of his head, I think, but I don't. But
he's
we did like one a month, and we usually took off for 2 months. So roughly about 45 to 50 episodes
I
in that
mean, that's
ballpark.
that's nothing to sniff at, man. Because I think
Yeah.
a lot of people, excuse me, a lot of people talk about starting a podcast and
Hmm.
never do it, and then some people start a podcast and then they stop after a few episodes because they don't realize how much work puts into it. And like y'all, I feel like y'all have a lot more like equipment than y'all. I think y'all have a lot of equipment because y'all are also artists and rappers and stuff. And so y'all
Hmm.
have a lot of equipment that already that, oh, we can use this, we can use that, or whatever. And so some people don't even get to like 10. So you got to
Yeah.
celebrate when you put in 45 to 50 episodes. I mean, that's something to, clap at and drink to. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure I give you your flowers for that, man. That's dope.
Yeah, it definitely was a bit of a stretch. Especially for me, it was the most of the work came from the editing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I used to think I wanted to be a video editor.
Mm.
The podcast showed me I do not want to be a video editor.
Editing sucks, man. I hate
Editing
editing.
sucks,
It's it's
even when you
it's
get paid for it.
bruh. Like you gotta pay me a
I
lot. You gotta pay
Yeah,
me a lot.
and it's funny because like that's where I'm at now. Like I don't really care for video editing, and if somebody wants me to video like do some really nice video editing, you're
Mm.
gonna have to pay me. But then I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like the amount of money I'm gonna tell you to pay me, like you could go take that money and pay someone who does this full
Yeah.
time. I'm looking out for your investment because that's the type of person I am. Like
Yeah.
it's not even me trying to be lazy because I will take your money and do the best that I can
Yeah.
and give you the best quality I can give you. I'm just saying my best quality won't beat someone who does this
Yeah. Facts.
24 hours a day. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Like it's just skill. Like I'm not working on building that skill. I just do it for fun every now and then. Like
Yeah.
but if
That
you go find somebody
it's
that does this shit seriously, hey.
yeah. Editing is by far the my least favorite part of podcasting. Period. Especially like the video jump because like and I'm sure you do like way more than I do. Like I'm not touching up video. I'm not doing all that. I'm just making sure that everything flows correctly and we out this. You know what I'm saying? And so it's to a point where with the podcast I'm doing, I want to make it to a point where like I get to a point where I can be like, let's just get an intern or let's get someone to take care of this so I can stop doing this.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's not fun at
Yeah,
all.
it's not. Yeah, I've been considering uh paying someone to edit clips of the anime podcast because I don't want to do it.
Dude,
So,
I get it. I get it.
yeah, I just got to figure out how that looks like and what directions I would need to give that person and how much I would want to spend on that monthly. So, once I figure that out, that's probably going to be the case cuz I don't want to keep doing it.
Let's get into the anime podcast, man. Like so we as a collective, it's me, you, Nisho, and our friend Kay, who is, you know how like in sitcoms, whenever they go through like they do like the intro and it's like you would pop up, you'd be like, and then I'd be like, and Nisho would be like, and then like Kay would pop up and it would be like K as, and you know what I'm saying? Like it'd be like as the
Yeah.
character. That's who K is.
Yeah.
Because like he's not
Yeah.
always in every episode, but like he's part of the show. He's the main cast.
Yeah.
But we've all been badgering you for years about watching anime. Um,
Hmm.
and what 2000 late 2019, we finally got into it. It was like, you know what, let's do it. It was your idea as always because you got them.
For sure.
You got them. And we decided, we'll watch the anime together and then we'll come together and just discuss it, man. So talk about the anime podcast and the name that kind of makes sense but doesn't because three of us had already been watching anime. So really,
All
it's
right.
just you.
So okay, so the name originally came out of because when I originally thought of what I wanted to do,
Mm-hmm.
which once I did the first one with you, I think it was just you that I did the first one with. I realized I didn't want to do it the way that I wanted to do it anymore. But
Mm-hmm.
the original way I wanted to do it, I wanted to actually have like a different person or a different group set of people every
Mm-hmm.
time
Yeah.
with me talking about the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Um and then I realized like once I did it with you, I was like, ah nah, our chemistry is just too good. And
Yeah.
then the next time I think we either had Kay or Nisha, and then I was like, yeah, this is just too good. Like,
Yeah.
and eventually I do want to bring other people on once I can figure out how to do that without like making it too overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's why because it was gonna be more focused on me,
Mm-hmm.
like me watching the animes and not with people that you see all the time that watch it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where that came from. And then I just didn't feel like changing the name out of like laziness. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
We'll find something else that JSWA could stand for down the line. Um.
I'll make
So
up
yes,
something. I make up something all the time.
yeah. So you will. I think you will probably give the best acronym. Uh, well, the best words for the acronym at when we get to that point. But what was I about to say? I just lost my train of thought. Damn it! I was about to say something because you just said something that triggered it. I like a thought.
Don't you hate that when someone does that and then like you lose it and you're like crap and then like later on like it hits you. What I say?
You talking about
Uh,
the anime,
Anime, something about the title. What? How did it come
how
about?
did it?
And then we knew
Yes,
how it came about. And then we're terrible at this, by the way.
yeah, we are terrible. Okay, so I'm just like I'm
Let's
gonna just
pick up
so
where we want to pick up. Go ahead.
rewind. Okay, yeah. So yes, so that's how it started. I was gonna have different people, but I just like doing it with y'all so much. It was like, nah, this is the way it gotta stay. And oh, that's what I was about to say. So yeah, y'all have been trying to get me to watch anime for years. And it's funny because after the first few episodes came out, my brother hit me up and he was like, "Yo, so you really gonna do this show now?" He's like, "I've been trying to get you to watch animes,
Yeah,
since we was little." And I was like, "You and the rest of the world, friend. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
What can I say? The pandemic just had me like, I need something else to watch."
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, cuz like I don't even watch TV like that. So um even in me in the pandemic, like when I did watch TV, I was like, I don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch this. I don't want to
Yeah.
watch this. And then I was like, let me. And, oh yeah, and that's another reason how it kind of got kicked off too, because I was on Twitter and I was like, hey, what's some animes y'all would recommend? And
Mm-hmm.
people started just like sending me crazy recs, and I was like, oh, this gotta turn into something. Like this is
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what I'm saying? This gotta be something. Like it don't have to be, but I'm gonna make it something. So
Yeah.
so yeah, y'all been trying to get me. Everybody I met been trying to get me because it's so weird that all of my friends are into anime and I'm like the only person that isn't.
It was only a matter of time, man.
Like
It was only a matter of time.
I don't think I have a friend that I consider like a good friend or a close friend that isn't into anime. Like that's and it's just I'm just weird, bro. I'm just Like
And
all
listen,
y'all
bro,
fools like anime and Smash Bros. I don't know how I don't, but it's just what y'all do.
it's who we are as a people, man. Um,
Yeah.
as a member of the crew, um, we throw, I'm always trying to get your feedback about stuff, because I think that's the best thing about me and you is we always go to each other for like feedback on stuff. That's
Hmm.
all. That's for years. Like we've always done that. So
Yeah.
I'm always going to you like, hey, well, how'd you feel about, how'd you feel about the late show last night? How'd you feel about the pod or whatever? And this is morphed into more of like a quote unquote book club,
Yeah.
basically. It's like, oh, we're doing the anime of the month. So then we're watching it, and we want people to hop in the Discord and chat about the anime, or we want to get like some engagement with people, and so we chat about the anime. And I think what's cool about what we do is that we get up to 4 different perspectives on how things happen in the anime. And
Hmm.
it's dope because like not everybody likes everything, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's I see one thing one way, and you'll see it and like, oh yeah, I can see it both ways. Or Nisha will see it in you know a very what's the
Nisha.
word for, yeah, a very niche way, where he's like, oh well, it looks like they're doing it this way. Kay's gonna look for the cheeks because he's a
Yeah.
cheekologist. um and I'm always gonna ruin it by trying to bring something mature into it for some reason. I don't know why. I can't help
Yeah.
myself. I was
I
like,
mean, you are the oldest out of all of us, so
wow.
which
And that's the
the
end of
way
this
you say
podcast.
that,
So holy
I
shit.
mean,
Don't remind me though.
you're like a year older than the rest of us. You're the only one with a whole family. Like the rest of us, we're still out here wilding and being young and selfish, and
All
you
right.
out here
Okay, but
a
say it
whole
like that though. Don't
wise
be,
family man.
but don't say like, yo, you the oldest one out here. Like, holy
You
shit, man.
are though,
I
like
know, but like it makes me feel old as hell. I don't like that. No, 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 no.
which makes sense. But now on the other ends of the spectrum, why Kay is the chicologist because he's the youngest of them,
Sure.
and of
Yeah, that does
course.
make sense. Yeah, that does make sense. For those who don't know, cheekologist just means he looks for all the booty cheeks and big titties in the show.
And
To be fair.
apparently, Burst Angel had way too many.
And if you've ever seen Burst Angel, dog, like I don't understand how you can. I mean, I guess you could. It wasn't even too many. It was a level of unnecessary one. That's I
Unnecessary.
that's the level it was really at.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved that
Yeah.
we're like an anime club, man. It's just, you know, we get a nice little variety of anime. So I want anybody who's ever, wanting to get into anime, because like, like I said, you're new, and we watch shows that I haven't watched, or like Kay haven't watched, or Nisha haven't watched. So it's like our current one this month is Angel Beats. I've heard of Angel Beats for years. I've never seen it. So this is gonna be something new for me, and I like that because I think as an anime fan, because there's so many, it's like that the background you have, all those liquors. I would love to try all those liquors, but I don't have the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't always have the time, or like I don't have the motivation to go do it. But with this
Yeah.
club, it's like, oh, I finally get to watch Angel Beats, or another one we watch, Mob Psycho, Tokyo Revengers. I've always wanted to watch them. I saw them. I was like, oh, these look cool. I just don't know when I'm gonna get a chance. Anime
Yeah.
club, boom, I'm there. So yeah, man, this, I don't think I've ever told you, but I'm very grateful for this club, just because it reinvigorated my love for going to find new anime. Because I fell
Oh,
into a
nice.
comfortability of just watching like, oh, let me watch my old stuff, like Rurouni Kenshin. And what I'm saying, so I wanted to get into newer stuff. So that's, yeah,
Mhm.
that's I'm thankful for this, man. I love this. And I'm just hoping that it doesn't fall into your I'm bored with this category. Just give me a
Uh,
heads up before it happens. That's all I'm
I
asking.
mean, it's funny. I'm going to be honest with you and say, like, I was kind of, or am starting to get a little bored, but like, that's good to know. Like, I feel like that helps now because, like, that you told me that it like it does like make you reignite kind of your passion for anime because part of the reason why it's like I kind of was losing my steam for it because I was like I don't know if this is like having an effect on people. Like I could
Hmm.
go back, I could just go to start watching animes on my own, and I could just hit y'all up individually and be like, "Yo,
Hmm.
I just watched this anime," and
Yeah.
he's like, and I go back and forth with that constantly. And like, should I just like dead the club and just watch the anime on my own and just talk about
Yeah.
it with my friends, or should I keep the club public? Like, I go with that, you know. So I mean, it's less boredom and less and more of that back and forth actually
Mm.
about what to do. But now that I know that, you know, that's how you feel it, I guess I should do more temperature checks with everybody else to see, you know, how they feel about it, because then that could help me, you know, really redirect or focus on the things that we're doing right and kind of touch up things that could be done better to keep everybody um engaged and whatnot. So thanks
Yeah.
for telling me that. Like
Yeah,
that's
man.
very helpful.
Yeah,
It's
man.
really nice to hear.
Yeah. Uh, so here at Clueless Vino, man, we like to rate our wines, Nick. We had to. In fact, I've always wanted to do this. Ready? All right, hold up. So we like to rate our wines. You can give it a one glass, and that's be like like watching paint dry. Um, and you would rather eat a burger full of fingernails, or
While
you can give
drinking
it
distilled water.
right, or you can give it 5 stars, in which you want to tell everybody and their mama about this wine and that they should go and drink it. I've always wanted to do that.
You did it
uh,
great. Good job, friend.
so what would you give? Let's see, Destino Vino Verde Rose.
Yo, you crushed that wine, yo. Look at where I'm at.
Yeah, this it's Friday, bro. So,
I kind of get it
oh no, I
now.
see it.
Oh,
It's
there we
it's
go.
yeah, yeah. No, it's 11% too. That's the crazy thing. Whew.
Yo, that explains a lot. I didn't even look at the alcohol
Yeah,
content.
that's 11%. God
I mean, you
dang.
could taste that 11% as soon.
Yeah, it's effective.
Yeah.
What would you
It
give
is
it?
not.
1 out of 5 glasses, man.
Uh, well, unfortunately for this rosé, I had a really good rosé yesterday.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm kind of comparing it to that.
Sure.
But what I didn't like about that rosé yesterday is that it was almost too sweet.
Okay.
So, and this one wins on that category. Like it's not very sweet because I don't like
Mm.
sweet things like that. Unless we're talking about hard kombucha, that's my new favorite thing these days.
Okay.
But anyway, back to this wine. Um, 1 to 5 glasses. I think I give it a solid 3 because I'm pretty neutral on it. Like
Okay.
I don't hate it, I don't love it. It gets the job done for sure.
Sure.
Um, I'm still drinking it, and I'm probably gonna drink a little bit more by the end of the night. I'm
Hey.
probably gonna not get to your level, but a little close
Considering I'll probably be up till 12 o'clock, then yeah, you're right.
enough. So, yeah, I give it 3, and I think that if your mama drinks wine, I don't think she will be mad at it. Unless your mom is bougie, then she probably would be mad at it. You should get her like a 30, $50, $100 bottle of wine.
Or
But
if
if your
you're,
mom is like my mom and she's just chill and she's just like she
yeah,
just wants a good, decent glass of wine, then yeah, share that with your mom.
or if she's an alcoholic, and then well, you know, and when she's alcoholic, she gets probably mad when she drinks. So that's also a dangerous game you're playing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, man. Interesting because I've had a rosé so far
Hmm.
during season 2, and I really like that one. This from
Also,
Portugal.
before you continue, can I
Yeah,
just say, I don't know the number, but you could Google it.
yeah.
Anybody that watches this, if
Uh-huh.
you or someone you know has an alcohol addiction, there's a number you can call. You can Google it because I don't know it off the top of my brain, but there's a number for that. So go Google that number
Yeah. I
if
did.
you want the help.
No, I think
If
what
you
I'm saying. I think one of the yeah. I think it's very important. I think it's very important because I
if
can't
they
I
want the
can't
help.
because I can right because that's the first problem. You have to actually want the help. But I do. There is this one episode I want to do, and I want to do
Hmm.
one where it's someone who you know is sober now. So like they've done like the sober thing. So we won't drink wine
Mhm.
that day. We'll drink something else, whatever they want to drink. So I want to do that too. But that's a good point.
Nice.
If you have a problem, man, get help, bro. There's nothing wrong with getting help.
And drink
Um,
responsibly.
yeah, well, so Portugal, yeah, yeah, Portugal. This is good, man. I would say I would. It says it's a premium rosé. I don't know about all that, but I would say like a 2.75. I would say
Yeah.
it's something. It's
Yeah,
something that if
premium?
some it'd be something if somebody offered it to me, I'd be like, okay, cool. This is something good. But I needed to be like during a hot day. Um, I need to be by somebody's like in somebody's backyard, by a pool. I'm not getting in it. I'm afraid of water.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I
This is definitely leave me alone wine. Like this is like I'm sipping this, I'm laying down in the nice cool breeze and don't
yeah,
talk to me.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying. This is I probably got my headphones in or something. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, just let me kick it real quick, man.
Yeah.
Let me just kick it. Yo, at close, man. A lot of times at the end, I like to thank the guests for coming on, but with you, it's a little bit more. You have been the homie for years. Um, I've always appreciated your creativity. Always appreciated your friendship. Always appreciated your opinion about everything. Um, so I just wanted to say thank you for coming on. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for like everything over the years. Um, yeah, man. Yeah, man. I value our friendship very much, and I'm it's one that I'm very grateful for, and I hope that we continue for years on end. So I really appreciate you, man.
Same. I ditto all of those words. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um no, you're definitely somebody I consider to be like a really, really good friend. And even though I don't, always hit you up to talk about, emotional and vulnerable things, I know that like I can,
Yeah.
always reach out to you. And then also, I mean, a lot of the stuff that I do get emotional about or I'm sensitive about is related to my creative work.
Hmm.
So, and I'm always, hitting you up about that, getting your feedback about that. So that's always helpful. And then, I just love who you are as a person, like your personality and your sarcasm, and like you're not afraid to call people out because three is not four.
Three
And
is not four. It's not. It's not four. Doug, I no. One day I'm gonna make merch, and that's gonna be it. Three is not four. That's gonna be
okay, you
that's
have
gonna
my
be my merch.
permission. Go ahead and have fun with that.
Three is not four. That's a fact. That damn, I forgot about that shit. Oh, that's funny.
uh, those
But
good
yeah,
times, good
man.
time, good time.
Yeah, man. At the end, we like to also give the guests to anything they want to plug, any socials they want to throw out, and then some final remarks. Whatever it is, it can be inspirational. It can be this. I don't care. Just whatever you want to do, man.
Yeah. All right, so I'll just start with what I have going on. Well, I'll start with where you can follow me. You can follow me on Instagram at Nicole Learner. That's NicoleLearner. So Nicole Learner. I don't really post on there that much, but do your thing. What I have going on, as we mentioned multiple times, just started watching anime. You can follow that on Instagram as well. It's just fully spelled out. Just started watching anime. No underscores, no periods, no nothing weird in there. Just go search that on Instagram. Go follow us. Join the Discord. Join the club. We would love to have you as long as you don't be tripping, and we'll just talk about animes. And it's Oprah's Anime Club for real. That's the real name of the club. It's Oprah's Anime Club. And what else do I have going on? So it's funny that you mentioned the late night show. I may or may not be bringing that back. Don't want to, confirm anything.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but it's gonna be a little radical.
Okay.
Because I don't have the ability to commit to a time to do it right now.
Okay.
So if I do bring it back, it's going to bring be a pop-up style.
Okay.
Some's gonna pop up with streams every now and then. And so yeah, once I can figure out how I can do that and make sure everybody is on the same page, whether that's making a Twitter page for or a Facebook group or maybe making another Discord, which I don't want to do, but I don't know what I'm gonna do about it yet. But
Yeah.
I'll find a way to get everybody on the same page so that when it pops up, the people who are interested in knowing about it will know about it.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that may come back because I miss it as well. Like that was my opportunity to learn about music and different creatives that's popping up in the area, or I mean, all over the place. Because we had people from France and Germany
Yeah.
sharing music, from Australia and all kinds of countries sharing music with us. So
Yeah.
I want to get back to doing that. What else do I have going on? I cut out a lot of stuff. I've been knocking a lot of things off my plate, so dang, I put my board down, so it's not up right now. What else do I have going on? Um yeah, that's all I'm going to share on here that I have going
Okay.
on. Yeah, you know, I'm just like I said, I'm just trying to pay these taxes. That's
Just being
that's the
a
road I'm on.
tax-paying citizen. I ain't mad at that.
Yes, that's my goal in life, to just pay taxes.
I ain't mad at that. But yeah, man. Be sure to like and share this video.
Oh, I
And
forgot my
oh, go
final
ahead.
remark.
Go ahead.
My
Do it.
final
Do it.
remark
Uh-huh.
is for everyone out there. If you already have this, just ignore what I'm about to say, because
Okay.
I feel like you know who you are. So if you
Uh-oh.
already have this,
Uh-huh.
don't just ignore it. But if you don't have this, take it in your soul, breathe, and just hold it in. But
Uh-huh.
have more audacity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like be like that child that walks up to you with the box of candy bars that's like, "Do you want a candy bar?" And you're like, "No, thank you, sweetheart. I don't have any money." And
Uh-huh.
they're like, "It's only $1." And then you're like, "I'm sorry, I don't have $1." But it's only $1 and I take Cash App. I'm sorry, I don't have Cash App on my phone. It's only $1 and I also take Venmo. You know what I'm saying? Be
Yeah.
that kid that won't leave you alone until you
Yeah.
buy the damn and you actually do have $1. So now you have to look stupid and go on your wallet. You know what I'm saying? And don't be afraid to look stupid when you have audacity. That's another gem right there. Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Just go ahead, reach in that wallet, grab that dollar that you said you didn't have, give it to the kid, enjoy your chocolate, and have a good day. Have a good friggin' day. You know what I'm saying? So have more audacity. That's my final remark.
I I love that. I love that, and I love the analogy more. I love the analogy more. Um, be sure to like and share the Kuzmino podcast, man. Spotify, Apple, we're on Google Podcasts. We're on a lot of different places. Be sure to give me a rating. Algorithms are crazy, man.
Stop,
I
you
need
know,
those star
yeah.
ratings so we can get so they can recommend it to other people. YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to a certain subscriber account, so that'd be cool. Um, buy bonds, man. My latest book, man. It's great. It's part of the Alicia Parsons series. Whisper came out 2 years ago. That's the follow-up. I'm hoping that it gets some good, feedback. And yeah, we're gonna keep going with that series as much as I can. And yeah, man, just support everything, man. Support everything. But most importantly, don't forget to drink up.
Drink up and stay down, hoes.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
You said I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, that's
I got the juice, don't need no proof. 100 like the rum I drink that got me over you. And all your nonsense we all subject to. I found my lane and mind my business like I'm supposed to do. Let's have a toast for all the obstacles that gotta sit. I put my glass up in the air to stimulate the cheers. Not because we made it, but because we making it. I savor the moment, the bouquet forever evident. Yeah. In my realm, I watch the times go by. I got the world in my hands, but I can't tame the sky. try, I might lose my mind. But it'll be all good after I'm done sipping this wine. Gather around people, it's about that time.